Hi guys, Jenny Clark here, Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus, and tonight I'm coming to you with a video that you can use for tips for success for starting off with the Plexus products. And so what I'm going to do in this video is just educate you a little bit about the Tri-plex combo. That's going to be our biggest focus today. And then also at the end I'm going to talk a little bit about our fast relief, the ease and the nerve, and those are for our pain relief lines. And so I'm going to focus on the Tri-plex first. The Tri-plex combo is our most recommended combination of products. It helps people that deal with all kinds of issues as far as general health and wellness, and it also helps to address the root causes of many reasons why we struggle with weight management. And so it's a great combination to start off with. I recommend that everybody start off with the Tri-plex combo and that almost everybody stay with the Tri-plex combo. And what the Tri-plex combination is a combination of the products Slim, the ProBio 5, and our BioCleanse. And first thing we're going to talk about is the Slim. The Slim is what we commonly refer to as the pink drink. And so what you want to do is start off with the pink drink, and you just take a stick out of the bag and you mix it with 8 to 10 ounces of water, and you mix it very well. It does tend to mix better with room temperature water, so if you choose to mix it with cold water like I do, just go ahead and shake it really, really well. Let it sit for a few minutes and then shake it again until there's no clumps left. And you want to make sure that you take your Slim first thing in the morning, a half an hour before breakfast. And the reason for that is because it gives your body time to set itself for the day, and you need to make sure that you eat the breakfast because then that's going to set your tone for the blood sugar the rest of the day. You definitely can't skip meals when you're using the Slim. It's not a meal replacement, so you make sure that you eat a good quality nourishing breakfast in the morning. There is one thing that if you are a thyroid person who struggles with thyroid and is on a synthetic thyroid replacement medication, if you are one of those people, you want to make sure that you space out the Slim and that medication a half an hour. So you want to take your synthetic thyroid in the morning, wait 3 hours, and then go ahead and take your Slim. The reason for that is because the chromium in the Slim can actually work against your body's absorption of the synthetic thyroid hormone. And so you definitely don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that you're spacing those out appropriately. So make sure that you take your Slim, and you want to do that alone for a couple of days. You want to leave out the other products at first. And you also want to make sure that in conjunction with the Slim, you're drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water a day. And you're like, whoa, that's a lot of water. The reason for that is because Slim actually works to detox your body. And so you want to make sure that you're flushing all those toxins out. And that kind of amount of water going in is always good for your system. It keeps your organs functioning at their highest possible, rates and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you're definitely getting your water in every day. It's hugely important to the Plexus products in order for them to function at their best and help you have the best results. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the ProBio 5. And so you want to wait a couple days after you start the Slim to start the ProBio 5, and you can start the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse together if you'd like. There's different dosages on the bottles, so you want to make sure that you start off slowly with these two. It recommends the maintenance dose for the ProBio 5 is 2, and the killing dose is 4. And we'll talk more about the killing dose here in just a second. But if you start off with what the bottle recommends, you're going to get really, really sick because it's too much too fast. And I'll explain why here in a sec. So what the ProBio 5 does is it actually gets in your gut and works to regulate and get your gut flora back to healthy levels. What most of us have is what's called Candida overgrowth. And so Candida yeast is found in everybody's gut. Everybody has it, but what happens to us is over the years, of using antibiotics, birth control, eating toxic foods with chemicals on them, so many sugary things in our diets, it throws off the gut flora that's supposed to be hanging out down there. And so what happens is there's not enough good bacteria and there's way too much of an overgrowth of that candida yeast. And what that can do is affect all kinds of different things with your health. So you want to Google candida overgrowth symptoms. If you have any signs of candida overgrowth, that's your key to let you know that you're going to need to work up to 4, which is the killing dose. The thing that sets our probiotic apart from most others is that not only is it adding the good bacteria back into your gut, but it's also killing off that overgrowth of the bad candida yeast. And so a lot of the other ones can't do that. Actually, none of the other ones can do that. They don't have that killing property. So you want to make sure that you get up to that dose of 4, hang out at 4 for quite some time, and then slowly back your way back down to 2. You don't want to go below 2 unless you're a super clean eater or never have to go on antibiotics or anything like that again. So that's something that's really important to keep taking, and take it regularly and try not to miss, and slowly work your way up. The reason that you need to do this slowly is because of something we call candida die-off. This is something that happens because the candida, as it dies and as you're killing off that overgrowth, it releases 97 different types of toxins into your body. And so it's something that when you get an overload of those toxins, it's going to make you feel sick and you're going to feel crappy. For me, my die-off was pretty bad. And so there's a couple things you can do to help you work you through the die-off, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But knowing that you have candida die-off is actually a really good sign, because it tells you that the Probio 5 is working. It's something that you want to work through and keep working to flush, keep drinking that water, and just keep, working with the products. Things that can happen with candida die-off are fever, flu-like symptoms, sluggishness, major sugar cravings. You could get headaches. You can have all kinds of pimples come out, and you can have even a yeast infection. So there's lots of different symptoms, and like I said, it can make you feel a little bit worse before you start feeling better. It happened to me. A couple of things that you can do to improve your experience as you're going through die-off, if it happens to you, is to make sure that you Google search the Candida starvation diet and actually try to do that for at least a good week. I did mine for 10 days. It really made a huge difference in my symptoms. They all went away without me needing any medications or anything, so that's good. And then another thing you can do is actually take extra vitamin C during that time as well. Definitely make sure that you continue the use of your water and support the removal of the toxins by adding and maintaining your doses of BioCleanse. What the BioCleanse does is it's a gentle cleanse. It's not something that you're going to have to run to the restroom every 5 minutes unless you start off with way too many. It's a gentle cleanse, and it also helps to oxygenate your cells, and it also helps neutralize an acidic pH. So it's something that's really important. A lot of people think that if they're regular, they don't need it, but that's not true. You want to make sure that you are working yourself up to a dose to where your body is going. Number two, at least twice a day. So you just want to slowly work your dose up to that. You don't want to start off with 4 and just have to be living in the bathroom. That's miserable. So definitely start off with 1. Know that this is a flexible product. And so let's say you worked your way up to 4 and you figure out that 4 is too many because you're in the bathroom too often. So you can just back it back down to 3 and go from there. Another thing that you can keep in mind is if you get sick, let's say you get a virus and you are super sick and everything's coming out of every which way. You can back that off again or stop taking it for a couple days and then slowly work your way up. That's the beauty of the Plexus products, is that they're pretty flexible, and so you can kind of flex them a little bit. The BioCleanse is recommend that you take it twice a day, once in between breakfast and lunch, and once in between a lunch and supper. You don't necessarily have to take it that way. I actually take mine at the same time as my Probio 5. The Probio 5 is actually to be taken at bedtime on an empty stomach if possible. And the reason for that is this. It actually comes with a coating this is really cool. It comes with a coating that's made to not break down until that actually hits your intestine. And that's where it needs to work. Well, it works best when it's on a sleeping, resting intestine. So it gives it more time to sit in there, more time to work, and more time to do its job. So you want to make sure that you're taking it at bedtime for that reason. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the ease line. And so if you suffer from chronic pain, just know that, you are going to want to start off with trying to get that pain under control and then kind of work the dose from there. And so I have chronic pain from my back. I have scoliosis and a ruptured Loess disc, and I had been in pain for years and years and years. And so what I did was I started off with a loading dose of Ease capsules. And the loading dose is 3 capsules 3 times a day. I actually started off with 2 3 times a day. And I've worked my way back to now I only have to take 1 in the morning and 1 at bedtime. So if you have chronic pain, you just want to start off with a loading dose. And then as you start to see pain relief, you can slowly back that dose back down to where it's managing your pain and you're not taking quite as many. If you have any nerve damage, like from a surgery, an injury, if you have neuropathy, like from diabetes or something, if you have MS, nerve is a huge thing to add. It does work to repair damaged nerves. And so, again, that's another one of our products that you can start with a loading dose. So you can start with 3 times a day. As you start to see relief, you can back it down to 2 3 times a day and slowly back it back down to where you're taking 1 in the morning and 1 at night. So just, you can kind of play with the dosages on those. All of our other products, they actually can be taken right away. So the X Factor multivitamin, the label recommends that you take 2 in the morning. You can go ahead and take 2 of those right away. Everything else that we have, you can take pretty much right off the bat at the dose that it says on the bottle. These are just a few of the ones that you kind of want to start off slowly, work your way into it, and that's how you're going to have the best success. And so another thing too to keep in mind is if you are taking Mega X and you decide to add that to your routine, make sure that you consider taking that at bedtime with the Probio 5. The reason for that is the Mega X will definitely relax you. And for me, it relaxed me so much that I was trying to fall asleep at work a couple of days and had to get up and kind of walk around so that wouldn't happen. So it actually works best if you take it at bedtime. We found that out later. Some people can take it just fine in the morning, but that's something to keep in mind. If you ever have any questions or issues, concerns, need to know about dosing and further information, just make sure that you message the person who invited you to try the products, or you can always shoot me a message as well. And best of luck to you, and any questions at all, just make sure again that you just contact us. Thank you.